In this video, we are going to learn whether you can fund home educating your child using survey sites. So keep watching and I will reveal how doing just that I raised £100, how long it took me and what I spent it on. Hi everyone and welcome back, or welcome. My name's Catherine. I'm a home educating mum in the UK. I have twins who are 5 and we also have a little boy who's 2.5. Now, as the primary home educating parent, I give up my opportunity to work a 9 to 5 and bring home a steady income. If you're the primary home educating parent in your household, it's likely you're in the same situation. And as a family or families who choose to live a life without school, we give up 36 hours a week of free childcare that a school would provide, and in doing so dramatically cut the number of hours we can dedicate towards bringing in some extra money. Now, personally, while in our family we're lucky enough to be able to get by on my husband's salary, it covers all of our basics like mortgage and gas and electricity bills, food, etc. It is, however, our only source of income at the moment, and as we all know, if we've watched enough YouTube financial videos, that is not a good place to be in. So I've been looking at other avenues to bring in some extra income and contribute to the cost of home education. Now, if you're new to home education, you might be asking, what are the costs involved? Maybe that will be a whole nother video. I will caveat by saying home education can cost as much or as little as you want. However, in our home educating journey, those costs generally fall into either resources, day trips and workshops, and any courses that we sign the kids up to. Now, some of those courses we do are things that the kids would do regardless if they were in school or not, such as they do a home ed swimming lesson, and my son is doing Kung Fu. This is our new family member here, Ben. Oh, okay. Oh, he's not a fan of being on the camera, that's fine. So let's get into it. The survey site that I've been using is called Prolific. I came across this after seeing another YouTuber feature it. I will link her videos below because they really gave me the confidence to try it out and realise that it's not actually just a scam. What it is essentially it's a platform that researchers, businesses and individuals can use to gather data. And we, as the participants, help provide that data by filling out questionnaires, surveys, and partaking in certain tasks. Now, the thing I actually really like about Prolific is that it's genuinely quite interesting to do. It's not just all market researchy stuff. There's quite a lot by universities and kind of psychological research, and I think they do actually, in comparison to other survey sites, pay quite well per hour. Okay, so I'm just going to log straight in here and it will give you a bit of an idea of what studies are involved. Now, these studies just come and go, so it's really just dependent on what's there when you log in. So at the moment you can see we've got a couple of studies up, and we've got ethics and AI and one thinking about science, and you can see they're differently priced. The one I tend to look at most is the per hour value, so you can see there's actually quite a vast difference between these two. One's £10 an hour and one is £6 an hour. Actually, that's almost £11 an hour. I would say that's on the higher side of some of these studies, but we'll dive in and see some of the ones that I've done so far and it will give you an idea. And obviously that one only takes 5 minutes, so I'd probably be inclined to go for that one. In fact, let's just give it a go and see what happens. What you do is you click on the study, click take part in the study. You have a Prolific ID, which usually just self-copies into there, and you'll have a little description. And the thing you need to pay attention to is what device you can. That might be one of the downsides of this site. It doesn't affect me, but a lot of them do require you to use your laptop or desktop computer, but there are some as well that you can use tablet and mobile on. So we click Start Study, confirm you're using a desktop. Now, the thing you have to be aware of is that there are sometimes attention checks in these experiments, so you do actually have to pay attention. You can't just click any old thing, and also I don't think they'll be as enjoyable if you were doing that. Obviously, always read through all the terms and conditions that there are, and you can see that this one is actually from the University of Amsterdam, which is quite cool. So this one is aiming to study how people think about science. So to me, as someone with a background in science, this is quite an interesting study. They're asking you to think about why science is done. Ben! This cat is just destroying my thing, that's fine. Okay, and then when the study is finished, most likely it goes well, I click yes, and you can go back to the main page. It will fill out a completion code. Just click back to studies. You can do another one if you want. You can see a couple of new ones have cropped up here. You know, this one here, if you've got an hour and a half to spend, you can earn £15.63 just by sitting at your computer, which I think is pretty cool. You can go over to your submissions, and you should be able to see the one that we've just done here is awaiting review. So I guess they just check that you answered the attention check question correctly, and then they approve on their side. And then your balance will be credited. You can see up in your balance here, it tells you your current balance, as you can see, up to £100.67, and waiting approval is that £1.05 that we just earned. You can see on this dashboard that I have done 98 approved submissions so far. I think the other ones, so 122 overall, if you scan down you'll see there's one that I timed out on. I think I started it and then got called out for the kids. There's some like got returned. I think like literally some of them are so there have been a few that have almost required like too much of my brain power, like really interesting, but you know what it's like when you're a mum, especially a homeschooling, home educating parent. Sometimes your brain capacity, a lot of the time your brain capacity is just maxed out, so I think I just return those ones. But generally they've all been fine. Like you can see I've done one from King's College here. That one was a Harvard one that I returned. Maybe that was the one that was too taxing on my brain. We've got, oh, that was a Bath one that I timed out on. We've got a one from Bristol University. So they really are like a lot of credible institutions that use this, and generally I found them really interesting to do. There's one from Cardiff, my university that I went to, a study about UK luxury brands and inclusivity. £1.15. So yeah, I think the thing with Prolific as a survey site is my biggest win on it is that it can actually be quite interesting, and I've looked at some other survey sites that don't pay anywhere near as well as this one does, and you can obviously be quite selective about which topics you choose as well. So let's talk about how long this has taken me. You can see from the list of studies that individual studies take various times, from a few minutes up to an hour and a half. My mum's signed up for one about, it was like a CBT one, and she had to do it every week for a few weeks. So really there's a vast difference in how long each study takes, which is great because then you can be really selective about how much time you've got to put to it. I started doing these surveys when we went on holiday to Spain in September. So technically I've been doing it for September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 8 months. So you might think £100 over 8 months is actually pretty terrible. But I will say that I have gone at times like a few weeks in between even doing one study. I have not been doing it every day. I have not been doing it every week. It has been so on and off when I remember to do it. And actually, I think for the amount of effort that I've put in, like I'm pretty happy with that balance that I've earned. It's not been high up on my list of priorities. It's literally just been like, oh, I've got a few minutes while I'm washing up. Let me see what's available, what studies are available, and I'll do the ones that take a few minutes. Okay, stick around for the part that I'm slightly nervous about now. I have been doing these surveys on and off. I've raised £100. I've not yet tried to transfer the money out of Prolific into PayPal, which is what they use. Yeah, that is pretty stupid. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't test it out before, but here we are. Follow me along and see if this actually works. Can I withdraw £100 from Prolific into my PayPal account? Okay, so if I take you back to the dashboard, you can see up in the right hand corner we have a part that says balance. We just click on that and see your balance and what's waiting for approval, and then I'm going to click on transfer money. So it takes you to this page where you can see your ID, your name, your email address, your phone has all been verified, and you can see I've actually just not linked my PayPal account yet, so I'm going to give that a go now. Okay, well that was pretty short and sweet. You can see I've got a little pop-up saying PayPal account added. You can now transfer your money to your PayPal account, and under PayPal account it says it is linked. Okay, so after that step I just went back to balance and clicked on transfer money again, and we get this pop-up explaining that it will be sent to that PayPal account. Your money will be sent on Tuesday or Friday afternoon, which is handy because it's Monday today. You may need to claim your money by logging into your PayPal account, and please wait until after your money is due to contact us about any problems. Let's click transfer money. We sent an email to you for your records. The transfer may take up to 24 hours to complete. So I guess keep watching on and I will come back and see if that money did indeed go through. Well, the first bit of good news is that it's sunny outside. It's Saturday at the moment, just sat enjoying a coffee in the sun. But the other good news is that my £100 successfully transferred from Prolific into my PayPal account. Yeah, the money all transferred to PayPal, which was great. The first recording I did when I was transferring it was on a Monday, and I checked on Wednesday and it was already across, so I'm quite happy with that transfer time. Obviously, it's not something you can just use immediately. If you know when you're going to be needing the money, make sure you do it a few days before you're going to need it, because it's not instant, but it's still pretty quick. Now, I'm obviously not going to tell you how you should spend that money. That is purely down to you, and it's going to depend on the type of home educator that you are. If you unschool, it's just going to go into your, general life thing probably. If you follow a curriculum, you might put it towards that or different resources. We are probably a lot closer to unschooling than anything else, but there was a couple of resources that I wanted to get anyway, so I'm going to use the money for that. And you will notice, if you are part of home educating Facebook groups for your area, a lot of the activities that people arrange ask for payment via PayPal, so that's really handy because it's just, your balance is already topped up to pay for that. It could be a trip to a museum, a theme park, some sort of ad hoc course that's being run. So a couple of things that I already really wanted to get, chalk pens. Yeah, my son goes to this phonics lesson and she uses chalk pens there, and they look super cool for kind of doing anything, so I thought I would get some of those. Then there's this book that I've had my eye on for a while about home education that I'm really intrigued about, and I want to do a review on this channel, so I'm actually going to use some of the money towards that because I figure it's all part of home education. So I took a risk on it and saved up my £100, but it all worked, and I think we've essentially shown that yes, you can use this particular site to contribute to the cost of home education in whatever shape or form that looks like for you. I'm really chuffed with it. Like I said, I haven't been putting in much effort with it. It's been quite enjoyable, and I'm quite pleased that I managed to make £100 out of it, and in this day and age every little helps, doesn't it? So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're feeling inspired to go and have a go at Prolific yourself. If you managed to make some money off of it, please let me know in the comments. That would be really cool, and I'll see you on the next video.